What is up everyone? Today's video is going to be a little bit different, and that is because today I wanted to push some boundaries. So not only do I have a little bit of news for you guys towards the end, but today we're also going to dive deeper into the realm of AI in VR, because this could mean so much more for us than you might originally think, and I think there's quite a few things in this one that you might be interested in. In case you guys are not interested in that part, of course you've got chapters, so you can skip to the news section of the video. Remember, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to smack that little subscribe button down below to get more, and let's get right into it. So, I know we briefly touched on this topic yesterday by talking about GPT-3. This was an AI that some people were using for conversations, not only in VR but also in many other places. Contrary to my belief yesterday, apparently GPT-3 runs its processing in the cloud. Therefore, having it run on the Oculus Quest 2 is not a problem at all, and it would probably also run on the original Oculus Quest. GPT-3 is also not entirely a new technology, as I mentioned in yesterday's video, so we have a lot of people already trying out its possibilities. However, that video was actually meant to throw us directly into this one, as today we will be talking more about the possibilities of AI in VR and what it could mean for our future. Many people yesterday had a lot of ideas for how GPT-3 could be utilized in video games in order to make them better and more interactive. For example, if you found an NPC in the game, you could follow the storyline and move forward. However, if you asked the right questions, you could unlock some secrets. I personally really like this idea, and many of you posted a lot of different really cool ways in which this could be used. However, a lot of you also said that it was creepy and you wanted nothing to do with it. I personally really enjoy seeing the technology of AI move to the next step and get better. I can see the benefits it would have on our daily lives and the things it could help us out with. For example, how much smarter it could make our smart home assistants, like the Amazon Echo or Google Assistant. With the rise of intelligence of AI, we will also be seeing a huge boost in the way they speak. We have already seen a huge upgrade
from the very first TTS voices we had.
They now sound way more natural and have this kind of
jump in their voice. This could really help out in the realm of VR. After all, in real life we can have a conversation with anyone around us. Whether they will reply or look at you weirdly is a different story. So this should technically be the same in VR. People in the comments were talking about how cool it would be if they could talk to the NPCs on their squad team in an FPS and tell them where to go or what to do, like lead a proper team. It certainly does sound very exciting. I mean, that would certainly add another layer of immersion into those kinds of games. As for now, we are quite literally just walking on our own, with nobody really to lead. The NPCs following you usually follow button clicks or straight up just walk after you. That's not very immersive or natural. This could certainly be a big help for anyone that likes to play single player but would still like a little bit of that interaction. However, this is where the skepticism begins. People also really dislike this whole idea. If you could be anyone and talk to anyone, why would you ever leave the virtual world to talk to someone less cool? This, according to many, would lead to people living less in the real world and more in the virtual one. With AI, people that want to be friends with a certain someone could do so by simply creating an NPC with their voice and selecting them as a person of interest from the internet. Since the internet is so vast and has a lot of information on famous people, the AI could quite literally grab all the info it needs off the internet and become them, allowing you to be friends with any famous person you like. We have already seen this in a slightly different light with the rise of deepfakes. Deepfakes are in the real world, of course. However, in the virtual world, they could be much more difficult to distinguish against. Deepfakes are not only used as memes, but have also been used as a means to spread misinformation. Once the metaverse or Nexus does become a thing and we have most of the world on board, what would stop someone else from stealing your identity in the metaverse? Changing their voice to match your own and their appearance too. This would certainly be much easier in the virtual world. Now let's take it a step further. What if that someone stealing your identity wasn't even a person? What if it was a rogue AI? A virus of sorts? I bet the coming virtual world would spike a whole new community of hackers. Once world leaders and famous people enter the vast virtual space, well, not everyone wants to do good in this world, and I bet it would be the same for the virtual one. When we talk about the virtual world we are creating, we usually do not talk about these kinds of topics. It just flies over our heads, but this technology is improving fast. It can be used for a lot of good, and it will be amazing when used in the right way. However, when used incorrectly, how much bad could it do? I am not saying all AI is bad and that we need to stop development of it right now. No, I'm just trying to shine light on how fast it is moving and telling you about what it could be used for in our topic of interest, VR. Before we move on to the next topic of this video, many of you have probably already noticed that something isn't quite right. I haven't shown up much in this video and my voice might sound a little off to you. Well, that is simply because I am not real. This entire section of the video is technically not real. Yes, I wrote it, but the reading of it was done entirely by a synthetic voice of mine. This is already quite impressive, and this is after I only gave it about 15 minutes of training data. Imagine how well this could work in the future. Some people will see its amazing possibilities, and some people will see the negatives and how it could be used to do bad. I would love to know which side you're on. Let me know down below and tell me, did you notice that this wasn't really my voice? Now let's move on to the next part of the video. Well, that was certainly quite interesting. That was something that I had never expected. The software we used for this is called Descript. It is a paid program, but when I first tried it, you get a trial period. And when I tried it, I was so impressed I needed to buy the full thing because it worked so well, and there's so many good things this could do. For example, if I mess up my words, which I do quite a lot, my pronunciations of words aren't exactly perfect, and you guys love telling me about that, then I can throw this, what we're recording right now, into Descript and change my words and have the overdub, which is what this is called, read those words out correctly. Or if I say something wrong, because these videos are entirely improvised, well, I can go into Descript, delete what I said, and instead put in the correct thing that I should have said. It is quite amazing and quite impressive, and for people whose job it is to speak in front of a camera or record podcasts, well, I can see the huge amount of benefits here. Also, the benefits, of course, for NPCs and natural voices and things like that. You can see how far it has come. This was literally just me writing stuff out. But anyway, let's move on to the next piece of news. So we're quite literally just going to speedrun through these for anyone interested. First of all, we've got another quest upgrade. I know, they just keep on coming and I keep making videos about them. When am I going to get bored? Well, never really, because I enjoy seeing technology get better. You'd be surprised, some people in the comments section apparently don't like hearing about upgrades. Quest apps can soon send you notifications. This is actually something that was requested by quite a few people. Announced at Connect 2021, Quest apps can soon send you user notifications, if you allow them. Notifications will be delivered in VR, and will also appear in the Alerts tab of the Oculus mobile app. Additionally, Meta says a machine learning algorithm will push a small number of relevant notifications to your phone from apps you use most. So you'd finally be able to get notified on your phone instead of having to put on the headset maybe and check it in there. That's actually really cool. There are a few notifications that I would enjoy receiving on my phone. And yes, this was talked about during Connect, but I just never threw it into a video. Developers will be able to create two types of notifications, campaign and triggered. Campaign notifications are manually set once to all users or a subset, such as the most or least active. Triggered notifications are personalized, pushed automatically based on a user's context. For example, a campaign notification could be used to promote a new DLC, while a triggered notification could let you know that a friend tried out the new user-generated content you created. I'm overall looking forward to this one. I mean, I already have a lot of notifications just absolutely littering my phone, but this is one that I certainly wouldn't mind. Let me know what you think about this one down below. Okay, and now it seems we're moving on to some games. It's been a while since we've talked about some games, so let's do it. The VR FPS Into the Radius gets a huge 2.0 update with graphics overhaul and weapon upgrades. Stalker-like VR shooter Into the Radius just got a huge 2.0 upgrade with plenty of new features. The update, now available for the PC VR game, is the biggest developer CM Games has released for the project since its launch in July last year. Headlining the patch is a graphics overhaul that focuses on better lighting and detail, as well as aiming to improve overall performance for the game. You can also expect new weapon upgrades and modifications, as well as new ammo types to go with them. Plus, there's an increase in enemy variety, changes to the structure of the map, and an expansion to the game's story and lore. There are even additional missions to help and give players a chance to settle into the game's progression system. Wow, that's a lot. That is quite a big upgrade, to be honest. So in case you guys play that game, I bet you're going to be quite excited for that one. VR mech shooter Iron Rebellion is out today for Oculus Quest 2 and PC VR. As I said in yesterday's video, it does seem like Quest 2 exclusives are now a trend, and And as I said, hopefully Minecraft isn't one of those. But a lot of people were mentioning yesterday, just as like a piece of interest, that those swords inside that little image that we were looking at yesterday were 1:1 the texture of Minecraft swords. And then some people were also saying there's ender eyes in the picture, even though those could be seen as coins, but the 1:1 Minecraft sword is definitely something interesting, you know? My hopes are a little bit up. Iron Rebellion, a promising new VR mech shooter, is out today on Oculus Quest 2 via App Lab and PC VR headsets. The game from Black Beach Studio is releasing on both platforms. It's coming to Steam on PC. In early access, offering a first look at its multiplayer modes, 1v1 matches, Iron Rebellion gets players in the cockpit of different mech classes and sends them into battle with immersive controls. I know a lot of you are interested in mech VR games, so this one is certainly going to be there for quite a few of you. And I might be trying it out as well. This seems super cool. Escape from the Galaxon traps you in an arcade machine. Oculus Quest demo out now. We've seen a lot of VR games inspired by arcade classics, but in Escape from Galaxon, you're actually trapped inside an arcade machine. That is actually a really cool idea. A Quest demo for this new title from Spanish studio Ramen Profitable Games is now available on SideQuest. In it, players are cast as a young kid who tumbles inside an arcade machine in 1985. Inspired by classics such as Space Invaders, you'll play games in first person, using weapons that are also inspired by classic games, toys and console peripherals of that era. Okay, that sounds super cool. It's a completely different take on the kind of arcade machine style. You know, it's not you're playing on an arcade machine in VR, you are inside it. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but there's someone like cutting down a tree, like right outside my window or something. These walls are super thin. Tactical FPS shooter VAIL is getting a social space with hockey, chess, and more. Ooh, okay. I'm into those kinds of games. You guys know we play a lot of 8-Ball in our VR chat space, so yeah, that sounds cool. Promising tactical multiplayer shooter. VAIL VR is adding new interesting elements to its social lobbies. The game's closed alpha testing is today adding a VAIL social element, introducing new things for players to do when they're not shooting each other in the face. Okay, yeah, I'm all in for that. In case you want to have a little break, you know, from playing the FPS, you can just go into the social space and do that. That is super cool. And honestly, I think pretty much every FPS should have a social space like this. It would allow players to stay in the game more and kind of relax without exiting the game. That is quite exciting. But anyway, that is going to be it for today's video. I know we focused a lot on the AI segment of today's video, but that is exactly what today's video is supposed to be about. And then you guys know I also enjoy cramming the pieces of news in there at the end for anyone that wants them. I'm really looking forward to seeing your guys' reaction to the kind of overdub voice of this video. I thought it was incredibly impressive, but I'm interested to see if it actually managed to fool any of you. But yeah, thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope you all have a fantastic day or night. If you guys liked the video, please leave a like. If you guys disliked it, I guess this button works too, but please tell me why down in the comment section below. If you guys are not yet part of our community, make sure to check out our Discord down below and make sure to check out our Reddit, where I want to see you posting your spicy memes. Thank you so much to the Patreons supporting this channel. You guys help me out a lot, paying my bills, buying better gear, and just overall making these videos better. So thank you so much. In case you guys would like to support the channel in any way, shape, or form, we've got sick mugs down below that boost your FPS by 300% and merch that does not put a huge ad on your body. And of course, if you guys want to be notified about future content coming up on the channel daily, make sure to smack the subscribe button with your forehead, ding my bell, and see you again in the next video. Peace.